So last week I went out to a Mini enthusiast who had a Mini with he only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Minis, I believe, but one of them he had codes for the exhaust camshaft position, implausible signal. So he couldn't work out what it was and called me out. So I investigated it for him. It looks like the timing's slightly out. He did just tell me as well that he just replaced the timing chain. So I can't get my words out this morning. He just replaced the timing chain and put a second-hand Vanos on it. So I said, look, that needs to come off. Just double check the timing. It could be that the Vanos is not right. The Vanos is sticking, or it's just be that the timing's slightly out. So yeah. He said, whilst you're here, I've also got a code for the intake on this Mini here. Can you have a look at that too? Didn't have time, so we're going to go back today. I don't know how keen he's going to be on me recording, so I might have to just do it without talking and then come back to it and explain it in this separate video, sort of thing, if that makes any sense. But yeah, let's get into that now. We've got some random cows. It looks like they've come down from the farm or something. Just chilling across the road there. Alright, we've got it plugged in. As you can see, we've got a code. Well, we've got 2 codes, only one active for the camshaft. So I've gone out. These 2 codes are the same, so we're going to swap them over and see if the fault goes from the intake to the exhaust, and then you know it's a sensor there. So doing that has actually presented us with a very little problem, and that is, you can see it's cleared the light and the code's gone. Obviously there was a fault there, and that fault shouldn't have cleared. Obviously one of those sensors were faulty, or was a faulty connection there. So I don't know what to do now. But one thing I did notice, let's see if I can. Ready? And it cuts out straight away. Oh, spawn engine management light on. But anyway, when you start it, you give it a bit of a rev. It doesn't cut out. It stays there. It almost did then, but it stays there now. But I also did notice it's got a bit of a like a valve ticking. Like the valves are just ticking slightly too much. It has brought that light back on, so we've gone in to read the fault codes, and it's brought up a Vanos intake actuator movement. So that Vanos is probably sticking slightly, and that's why it's given us the original camshaft position sensor fault. But they have little screens on it that they clog up if they're not serviced regularly. We built this engine too. I don't know how great he's done it, because the other one wasn't great either. So I'm going to have to tell him now that that camshaft is going to have to come back out. Those screens are going to have to either be cleaned, or the actuator is going to need to be replaced. And then see how we go from there. But I'm pretty sure that is going to be that camshaft actuator, or the Vanos actuator itself. But hopefully we can just get away with a clean. Unfortunately now I have to break that news to him, and unfortunately I also have to break the news to you. I was hoping to do more of a long-winded format video where I was going to show you how to test the sensors and the wires, because on the other one I was able to use a test light to ground the signal wire and to provide 12 volts off the test light. Is a current limiter device, so it didn't cause any damage, and I was able to create open and closed circuit faults in the ECU, so then we knew that signal wire back to the ECU was perfectly fine, and we had our grounds and power. So we knew the wires through the sensor was fine. I swapped them over and it didn't make a difference, so we knew that the issue was on the camshaft or the Vanos itself. I did a quick timing test with the oscilloscope and found that the timing was slightly out, so that needs to be restripped too, unfortunately. But I'm just here to do the diagnostic. It's up to him what he does with it now, but I've told him the next stage is going to be that engine restrip.